Hey Reefers, Ian from Corals.com here. Welcome back to our Wednesday walkthrough where every week I take you on a tour through some of our tanks and corals here at the shop. This week we've added tons of new coral with even more coming soon, so let's dive into it. We're going to kick off this walkthrough here in our Euphyllia tank. All kinds of hammers, torch, and frog spawn to choose from. We're going to start over here on the right side with all of our big torch colonies. Some really nice aquaculture torch over here as well. A full tray of almost all aquaculture. Some really sweet orange hammer aquacultured ones in there. Some frog spawn, some nice Aussie gold torch down below. A few Christmas tree worm rocks. Up onto our Zoa colony rack. All different kinds of Zoas, nice multicolored. Up top here we have a giant purple frog spawn. That thing is huge. We have some really big Euphyllia colonies in right now, just like this massive orange wall hammer. One of the biggest ones that I've seen here in a while here at the shop. Really nice size and great coloration. Lots of different branching hammers down here as well. There's a great variety of different colors and patterns. Lots of different frags here on this tray. Some really nice Aussie Gonapora. Super diverse mix of corals here in this tank, and we're going to finish it off with all of our fungia and plate corals. Here in our photo tank, this is where we photo all of our new and incoming coral. I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek of all the colonies dropping later this week. Some absolute fire in here, so make sure you stay tuned. To start off our current and available corals here in this tank, we're going to check out all of our Christmas tree worm rocks. This batch is super unique. Tons of different sizes and shapes of these rocks, and they're all loaded up with worms. It is so cool to watch them react like this. Just the slightest shadow sends them shooting back into their hole super fast. They are by far one of the most unique items that we carry. They are so cool. We're going to check out some of our meat corals down here, all of our Trachy and Acanthophilia, a great mix of both Aussie and Indo. Same goes for Cinerina and Indophilia. All of our Fiji Euphyllia there up top, some nice micro torch and hammers. A few Bowerbanki and Acan Lords on this tray mixed with those Heliofungia. This tank is just loaded up with all kinds of cool stuff. There is a great variety of different corals here in our window tank, mainly LPS, but we're going to dive into that here really soon. Here's all of our Pectina colonies, some nice big sizes of Fiji and Aussie and Indo colonies. Some nice big cone elegance. That one on the left there is just gigantic. This here is one of our walking dendros. If you've never heard of a walking dendro before, it's a coral with a little worm in the bottom of it, and it's got that pipe ring around it because it actually can move around the tank. It actually walks with the help of that worm. It's actually kind of a symbiotic relationship between that worm and coral to help each other find food. Definitely a cool item. Over here, all of our Favia and Lobo, a great mix in here, all different kinds of colors and sizes. A few other types of coral in there like candy canes and Cinerina. Almost everything in this tank is LPS except for this small basket of mushrooms here up top that those clowns have found their way in somehow. We're going to wrap up this tank with a nice tray of Alveopora that just get honestly nicer by the day. There's almost every single color you could think of in this batch. Here's another tank that's just loaded up on variety with different corals. We're going to start over here to the left with all of our WYSIWYG frags. Lots of them you could probably identify, all kinds of soft corals, Favia, some Pectina in there, Acan Lords, candy canes, pipe organs, and Blastos. Just loaded up on WYSIWYG frags. Down into some colonies though, we have some awesome Leptastria, a few clove polyp colonies, all of our Scolies. It's so hard to pick a favorite on these Scolies. They're all just so nice. A few nice big pipe organ colonies. I love those dark lavender ones. They are so cool. Up top here, a few Fiji yellow leathers. They don't look too yellow under these blue lights, but I promise you if you flip on those white lights, they're nice and yellow. There's a few soft coral colonies there up top like the Sinularia, and here's a nice tray of aquacultured Gonapora. This batch has been going extremely quickly, so if you want one, I'd hop on them soon. Just hot different Gonies, all kinds of wild colors that we really don't get into often. Over on this tray, all of our WYSIWYG Chalice colonies and Green Star Polyp colonies, and a nice mixture of some aquacultured Zoanthids and Palithoas. We're going to flip on the white lights here for our SPS tank that's loaded up with all kinds of clams and nice big SPS colonies. We're going to start over here first with some mostly Fiji corals. all of our Pasillipora and bird's nests, those bright pink bird's nests and stylos. Up here in some super bright light is all of our maricultured clams from ORA. This basket on the right is some nice Dorasa clams, and on the left some blue maximas. Down here below, a few yellow scrolls and all of our Acropora colonies. This is a good mix of Aussie and Fiji acro colonies. All kinds of greens and pinks, blues, yellows, oranges. A really nice mixture of nice, big, healthy acro colonies that are just loving this high light and flow. Lots of different corals to check out here in our aquaculture tank, all different kinds. Everything from soft corals to SPS. We're going to stop down here in those softies with all kinds of mushrooms, some Rhodactis and discos in there. All of our WYSIWYG chalice frags, a great variety, all different kinds of colors in there. Some green and red Fiji Trachy here. This one actually has 2 colors in one. Such a cool piece. We're going to move over to our ORA maricultured and aquaculture tray. This is all SPS, a few LPS colonies, but mainly SPS. Some really nice acros, Pasillipora, bird's nest, and stylos that are really, really nice. Great sizes too. Their frags are almost miniature colonies. All of our Acan Lord frags and colonies here on this rack. They're all WYSIWYG. They've been going pretty fast. We don't have too many of them left in stock. All of our aquacultured frags here up on this tray. Our aquaculture frags have been doing great. Nice big chunks. You can see the size of some of those chalice frags. Huge Monopora and Pasillipora chunks. Just giant. Down here in some low light are those Indoblastos. And we're going to wrap up this walkthrough with some nice big encrusted Cyphastrea colonies. I just love those dual colored ones. As always, thank you so much for checking out our Wednesday walkthrough. Be sure to see all of these corals right now at corals.com. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week.